This is Jay Stungo. Welcome to another podcast of Native Wings Like an Eagle. I'm your host, Melvin Battiest. Today we have three guests from Arouet. It's an organization in Phoenix, Arizona, and we're going to have an interesting conversation with them and let them share with you about what they do. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the podcast of Native Wings Like an Eagle. Today I want to introduce you to three guests that came to us from Phoenix, Arizona this week. We just spent a whole day just collaborating and talking about their mission of reintegration in Arizona and what they plan on doing when they come to Oklahoma. So I want to introduce you first of all to Kim, to Brandy, and to Lori, members of the Arouet organization. So let me start off, first and foremost, just allow you to go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell them a little about yourselves.
Sure. Thanks for having us so much. It's been great. My name is Kim Thomas. I am the senior case manager at Arouet. I've been there about almost 3 years. I am justice impacted, and I served 30 years in the Arizona Department of Corrections.
My name's Brandy Smith. I'm the program director for Arouet. Been with the organization about 7.5 years. I'm also justice impacted. I've spent about 17 years incarcerated at Arizona Department of Corrections.
I am Lori Neidel. I'm actually from Oklahoma, and I have family that's justice impacted, as well as just in community members, and I'm just interested in what I can do to help or be involved.
All right. So anyway, again, we spent all day talking about your organization and our organization. You guys are really, to me, you guys are golden nuggets to us because you guys have came and shared some really important information, some leads for us to, as an organization, to look into to really enhance our organization. You guys have been doing this longer than we have, and that's why we're not here trying to invent the wheel. We're trying to get on some of that wheel. You know what I'm saying? And you guys have did a good job. And I know you're coming to Oklahoma, but tell us a little about what you're doing in Arizona right now.
So in Arizona right now, Arouet has many different pillars that we do with the population that have been incarcerated. Brandy likes to say, and it's totally true, we do programming inside and outside of the barbed wire. And so we go back in, which is kind of ironic because lived there for 30 years unwillingly, and now that's my happy place to go back into.
It's a strong statement.
It really is. It is. I realized it when I was going in this week to teach a second chance or release class, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to my happy place," and it hit me like a ton of bricks. How ironic is that? But it is. It is the place that is so exciting for me and so great. I get to go back in and give hope and show them that things are possible, right? So we do programming inside there. We also do programming outside. We'll let Brandy talk about what most of the programming outside looks like. She kind of designed it all. But doing the programming on both sides, I'm a people person and I'm a data person, because I think if we can get people involved and we can prove that they're involved, we can then show other people that there's hope.
And I
think
that's good.
Part of the reason.
Absolutely. Thank you. So we did have an amazing day. I think part of what started me down this path, I came out of incarceration the third time, repeat offender, slow learner, right? For such a smart girl. It took me a little bit to learn the lesson. But when I came out, I was 45 years old. I still didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, right? Mm-hmm. And I was terrified because I had never been able to solve this problem for myself. And leading up to my release, I started asking people as I would see them come back in and reoffend, and I would try and catch them and say, "Hey, can you tell me what happened?" Because if I can't save my own self from this, maybe I can help. Maybe I can save somebody else. Maybe I can help be part of the solution on what keeps sending women back into the system. And I remember sitting there on the yard and thinking, somebody has to do something about this revolving door of incarceration. And it turns out one of those people was me.
Yep.
I didn't know at the time that that's what it was. That's what I was going to do. I came out fresh out of prison, interviewed to work at our nonprofit at Arouet. I was the first justice impacted employee. And so kind of the running joke at work is that I'm on the longest 90-day trial ever. Our CEO said, do you know anything about fundraising? We were talking about that today.
Yeah.
And I said, only for my own self. And she was like, okay, well, do you know anything about managing volunteers? And I said, I don't really like people. And she's like, well, okay then. So what happens next? And I said, I don't know how to run a business. I don't know how to do any of those things. But what I can do is build you a best-in-class reentry program that helps people break the cycle of going to prison, break the cycle of incarceration. And she said, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it 90 days.
Right.
So yeah, that's the joke, is that I'm on the longest 90-day trial ever. I've been there 7.5 years.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Good.
coined the phrase that we use all the time,
Hashtag come home, stay home.
for sure.
Oh, wow.
And that's kind of the goal. We give everybody, we wrote it in the beginning of all of our workbooks, and it's hashtag come home, stay home. And one of the premises that we had to realize, and Brandy taught that to me as I was getting ready to come home, was you have to get that mantra of, I'll do whatever it takes. Because it's not easy. It's hard. The transition from incarceration to freedom is hard. For me, it was a little bit harder. Even before incarceration, I was never free. I had really bad parents. And so this is my first 3.5 years of my entire life that I actually get to make my own choice and then be free. And it's hard when you don't know how to do any of that. But learning the phrase, I will do whatever it takes to stay out is a thing.
And that right there doesn't come out of the mind. It comes out of your spirit.
Right.
You can put all and rehash everything in your mind, but until it comes out of your spirit, those changes aren't going to happen.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to hear about that hashtag, because that's so important. Lori, tell us a little about your experience and what you do.
Well, I have a family member. As a matter of fact, my daughter's father been in and out of prison, pretty much her whole life. But it finally took him. He was ready. He finally realized that he's got to be ready, and he's got to be patient. And so I've seen the effects of what it does to children. I've seen the effects of what it does to family, and how that separation, it's meant to separate. It's meant to break children. I mean, it's sad. So anything that we can do to stop that from continuing to happen, especially reoffending. What is the issue? Let's get to the root of why are you going back?
Right.
Like, one time is okay. I understand mistakes.
Right.
But over and over.
Yeah.
Right. And part of the mistake thing is, like, for myself, it was 1991. I was 24 years old. And it lasted 37 seconds, a series of 3 really bad mistakes. And then I went to prison for 30 years. Well, pre-internet, got out post everything internet. I didn't know.
And you're amazing at the internet.
I didn't know how. I didn't know how to do self-checkout or order a drink in a McDonald's because it has a kiosk. I didn't know how to do anything that. I had to. I like grabbed on to the Walmart greeter the first time I went to Walmart. I'm like, "Hi, Bob. I've been locked up for 30 years and I don't know how to do this." He's like, "Okay, let's go." And had I not asked Bob for help, I promise you, I'd still be in Walmart right now looking for the toothpaste.
Yeah.
And so it's getting rid of the pride of, I can't ask for help. I have to figure it out on my own. And I think I'm a smart person, and I walked out with a plan. It was 2 composition books, and that's all I walked out with. And it was like, I got this. I got a plan. And I called Brandy about a week out, and I went, I don't know. She's like, okay, I'm going to need you to breathe because I can't understand you. Like, Snoopy's coming out of my nose and all of that. And she was just like, it's okay. And we have a phrase that we use a lot. You're smart. you're resourceful, and you never have to do this alone again. And that's what community is, and that's what Arouet does. That's what Native Wings is doing. You're building a community, and us coming together and spending this whole day together with your staff and everybody here, it has been okay. Now my community just got bigger. My community got bigger. My heart got bigger. Our resources got bigger because now we're willing to share. We're willing to learn. We're willing to talk about it. And even the difficult conversations of, probably should be looking at that. And it's like, you're right. Okay, let's look at this. Let's get together. And I don't have all the answers. I absolutely have zero of the answers. I just happen to know a lot of the questions.
Yes, and that's so important because ever since this organization started 2 years ago, one of my main goals, and again, I knew nothing about what I was doing.
Right.
But I believe that because I knew nothing about it, I was the right choice. Because now I had to depend on others to feed into me, to learn how to do what I'm doing. And so when you guys got here and we got down to business and you guys started just throwing these things that you've already been doing at us, and we're like, what? We can do that? And they're like, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. And so that is so valuable for us right now. And again, tomorrow we are going to Mabel Bassett.
Yes.
Because
Exciting.
tell us how Mabel Bassett is connected to you.
Oh, wow. I'm going to let you take that one.
So in Arizona, I guess we should back up a little bit. We only serve women, justice impacted women. So we kind of joke around when we're talking that if you have ever involuntarily been in the back of a cop car in handcuffs, we probably can help you. We're not talking about what happens with handcuffs on a volunteer
Your
basis.
personal life.
That's not our business.
That's not the point.
So there's only one women's prison in Arizona, one state prison. It's called Perryville. There's about 4,400 women out there. And we started out with just a reentry program, a comprehensive, not comprehensive, it's about a 10-hour reentry program. It's part of an overall 8-week pre-release program. So we catch those folks about 60 days prior to release. And so it's a little bit of everything. A little bit of we can help you get a job. We can help you with financial literacy. We can help build your credit.
To just begin to use their voice.
Just beginning to use your voice, right? We talk about boundaries and things like that. They are on their way out. So we always say, if you learn one single thing out of this class, you'll be doing good. Because as you're getting ready to come home,
it's going too fast.
It's going too fast. Things are happening too fast. And so we had done that program for 3 or 4 years. And as we started talking about creating a program for closed custody, for max custody out there. So this is typically a population. Closed custody is high disciplinary, negative interaction with staff, with correction staff. They are most often youngsters, average age of about 24, looking at an average sentence of about 17 years, about 17 and a half years. And so these kiddos, these young adults they were getting stuck on this unit, locked in their room without any access to programming. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're bad, you're broken.
Locked them in the room 24 hours a day.
We're going to lock them down. And so we
couldn't do it.
Nope, we weren't going to do it. And so we created a separate program, an 8-week program, which is a trauma-informed program called Bend Don't Break. And it is specifically built for closed custody, for high custody units. And the goal of it is to, 1, reduce disciplinary. If you catch a major disciplinary ticket while you're in our program and you don't notify us, you're kicked out. And we have a waiting list. We have 47 people on our waiting list for the next program. We only run it once a year. So, and reduce negative interaction with correction staff. That we talk a lot about changing mindset and a whole lot of other things, but we are trying to get these kiddos facing these long sentences to change their mindset, change how they do their time, and get off of closed custody, right? Work your way down to medium and to minimum, and take advantage of programming, and don't spend 17 years locked in your room because you're acting like an idiot and you never had anybody tell you that you're doing so, right? And so when we went to Department of Corrections, we said, hey, we have this program, and they said, oh, okay, well, you can run it on closed custody. are you scared? And we're like,
No.
no, we're not scared.
Why would, yeah, but why would we be scared? These are our people.
Yeah.
I was the person doing 30 years. I was 24 facing that sentence. And going in there, and it was one of the biggest things is we got to show them this isn't the end, right?
Right.
So they got to see someone who did 17 years, and they got to see someone who did 30, and it's like, and what's your excuse?
Right.
Because we did it.
Yeah.
And now here we are back with a badge to voluntarily come back in here. So it's possible.
Yeah. So we run, it's an 8-week program, but there's a monthly maintenance class. And so just to kind of, throw out a couple of data points, our very first class, which ran 19 months ago.
Yeah.
Very first class of 12 people graduated. They are to this day ticket free.
Yeah.
People who were disciplinary, stack. They are
Not a single
they are
instance.
going home. They are getting their time back. They are rolling down to lower custody level so that they can program and go to school.
Getting GED and jobs and education, and now
All the things.
becoming leaders in the opposite way. So a lot of them in that first class had a bad reputation of being leaders for bad things, riots and whatever. And now they are leaders for change.
Right.
And those 12 each told somebody on the yard about the efficacy of the class.
You got to get in that class.
Get in that class, get in that class, get in that class. And we would get notes from them. Hey, so-and-so's interested. I'm like, I got to hear from them. You can't bully someone into class. You can't tell them they've got to go. And so then they're like, okay, here's her name and number. We would reach out and they'd be like, yes, I'm very interested. And of course, initially we're all suspicious. We're like, did she make you come to this class? She's like, no, she's different now and it's cool. And she just went to medium and I miss her and I want to go that way.
So how we met Native Wings was actually our CEO met you at the Second Chance conference in Philadelphia last fall. I talked to you just for a few minutes on speakerphone, and our CEO said, you got to connect. And so I started researching, and from 1,000 miles away in Phoenix, I could see your guys' heart, and so we knew that we wanted to. Even what you do with reintegration for Native Americans coming out of incarceration, reintegrating into society, we don't even have that in Arizona. We have not quite as many tribes, but we have 26 tribes, and we're failing at it. We're failing at supporting the Native Americans coming out of prison and that choose not to go back to the reservation. And so that was probably the initial spark for me. I was like, listen, if they're doing it, we have got to learn how to do it. And then as kind of
Just an organic.
just organic thing, doors just started opening, and we started having conversation about like, okay, well, what's going on in Oklahoma? Is there a need for what we do?
Definitely.
Yeah, we're learning that the answer is yes.
Definitely.
Absolutely. But we're being intentional about taking our time to learn about Oklahoma. Oklahoma has very different challenges than Arizona.
Right.
77 counties here. There's 13 in Arizona. So
A lot of rural.
yeah, there's a lot. We're just learning. And so we came out here, first of all, because we could see your heart and we want to help you. And we were you like 4 years ago. So we get it. And we just wanted to pass on kind of that knowledge, some of the lessons that we've learned along the way, and help out. And we just want to learn. We just want to learn about what does Oklahoma need. We're going to Mabel Bassett tomorrow.
That's it.
Absolutely. So we're so excited that you've agreed to host us out there, and I don't guess I will live to see a day when they stop sending people to prison. But I will, until the end of my days, make sure that I don't leave anyone behind.
Right.
Well,
And it doesn't matter where we do that at.
you guys' work is just, very honorable. I love the fact that, just like myself, when then people come out, they can relate because 30, 17, impacted by the justice system.
Yep.
All three of you have that familiarity of the justice system in
Yeah.
different ways.
Absolutely.
And so when they come out, they can say, I can talk to them.
Yes.
They know what I'm going through, or how do I express to my family? Cheek to cheek and give that insight from the family.
Yeah.
It's the same way with me and Native Wings. My wife, Tammy, she's been a school teacher all her life, never seen a jail cell, but she was impacted by my incarceration
Absolutely.
when she came
100%.
to visit me. And so she knows that side. So we are in the same boat.
Yep.
We're approaching the reintegration, reentry issue the way that we feel like we're supposed to approach it. And again, I hope that today's meeting, you all received a little something from us too.
Oh, totally. I
And
did.
because I know we
Absolutely.
received some golden nuggets from you guys. And
I can't tell you how many times I got chills today.
Absolutely.
It was just,
Absolutely.
my
We
Lord.
so appreciate you.
Yeah, we're very
We,
grateful.
as we have grown as an organization, sometimes we get so busy. We serve, as we grow, we add staff, we serve more participants every year. That's all great. But it was so impactful for me to be here and see and remember what boots on the ground, grassroots organizations are out here, literally fighting for people's lives.
Yeah.
And so that you have refilled my cup and refilled my spirit by being here today. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, very much.
okay, so as we come to the conclusion, I want to ask each and every one of you, give me one word of your experience here today.
Oh,
I've never been to these.
inspiring.
Inspiring.
That's a good one.
I would say
You got fueled.
I did. I got refueled. I got re-energized, I'd say.
And of course, it was amazing.
But just to know that people out here actually do care about these people.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's my family. So I mean, to know that people actually care about these people, not going back and finding those resources, it's like heartfelt.
I think you saw a little bit of the chaos that behind the scenes for nonprofits.
Yes. Oh yes.
Behind the
all
scenes,
terms. And
behind the scenes nonprofits is no
Yes.
joke. Yeah.
What about
Yes.
you? Yeah, go ahead.
There's so much more to it.
With me, when I met y'all and we started to talk and you guys started sharing with me about the work of Arouet, my first is encouraging. You guys have encouraged me in a mighty way to where I'm seeing the vision that I have had to start to take shape now. It's going to get even greater because of what you guys shared with us today. Tammy's excited. Sarah's excited. Their jaws were dropped in something. They were just like, wow, what? And so we're really excited. Now, before we close, I want to be able to talk to you. Kim, you have something on your wrist.
I do.
Can you explain that, please?
So on my wrist, I tattooed the word hope. For me, hope is an acronym. And I think we all have hope, and everybody likes to know they know the definition of it. But for me, it's having our pain end.
Mm.
And I put it on my wrist, and it's usually covered by my watch. People don't normally see it. But every time I shake hands, I know that my goal, my intention with every person that I meet is I'm going to give them hope. And it faces out, and I hand it to them, and they don't need to see it. I just want to make sure that I help them. I had hope as a kid in an abusive family. And my hope at that point was, will I see 6 or 7 or tomorrow? Today, hope looks different, but it's still hope. And I don't, people use drugs, alcohol, people, shopping, whatever it is, they just want the pain to end. That's all any of us are looking for. And I think if we can just help people find a positive hope rather than a destructive hope, because it's still hope, that we can change the world one person at a time.
And I see hope as the foundation of Arouet.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so thankful to have these 3 here today. They're going to be here today, and tomorrow we're going to Mabel Bassett. And I know the women are just going to, they're These women are going to really share their hearts.
Yeah.
And I believe the women at Mabel Bachelor will really appreciate them being there tomorrow. So anyway, I just want to thank you all for coming.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us. Thank you
Being
for
here,
hosting
you
us.
got to come
It's been
home.
amazing.
And so we had a wonderful day. And I just want to say that where can they find you guys?
On our website,
Arouet Foundation. So you're not going to be able to figure it out. It's AROUET Foundation, Phoenix,
Empowers.
Arizona. Yep. ArouetEmpowers.org.
Okay, so be sure and check them out. Find more about this foundation because they are doing great things with incarcerated. So anyway, I did teach them the Creek word. What was it?
Oh my gosh, what's the word?
Chewbacca. Chewbacca.
Shabbat.
No,
No, that was
Shabbat.
Chabak.
Yeah,
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Sorry.
Which means angry.
Angry.
I don't know why I taught them that word, but
Yeah, it was
Anyway.
an accident.
yeah,
It
there
was
you
an
go.
accident.
We also learned a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
You got to teach them
We
that.
will now go sing that.
Yeah.
We love
So
that.
anyway, thank you for joining
Thanks.
today's podcast, and we look forward to seeing you join us for the next one. So, as we always say in the Greek language, Adam, Chihijades. We will see you again.
We will see you again.
Bye.
Bye.